Back that baby up. Oh,
There
hey
we
everyone.
go.
We're live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So if you're watching on either, welcome. We'll wait a second to see if anyone out in the world joins us as we arrange on YouTube. Oh wow.
There we go.
Hello, I'm Jen.
I'm Matt. We
Oh,
play games.
we do play games. We've had a couple of people reach out, especially on our YouTube channel, which thank you. Like, what have Jen and Matt been up to? Where are you? Are you alive? I'm alive. Are you alive?
I'm alive.
Hey, we're gonna have a cat that's gonna. Yep, that's happening. Hey, Chad, thanks for joining us today. Um, Thank you for sending me the games as always. And congrats on Sunny Day Sardine. I think it's release day. For that, we'll talk about that too along the way. But folks have been wondering what we were up to, especially on our YouTube channel, since it had gone quiet again. So, too bad you can't lift your leg up, Matt.
No, I can't
Can
do
you
it.
lift your leg
So
up?
let me just tell everybody. In February, I sustained. Some people may know sustained an injury. I talked about it when I did a live stream for Caesar. I think. No, yeah, it may have been Caesar. I don't know. Whatever it was, and I tore some ligaments, a tendon, bones popped out of place, and I continued to walk on that foot for 2 months, which I'm sure didn't make it better. So I finally got it operated on. It's been difficult getting to the game room because the game room is upstairs. I finally have been able to get upstairs to do some gaming.
Come here.
So that's why we've been quiet. I just haven't really been up to doing videos because of the healing. So hopefully more stuff coming soon, everybody. Thanks for joining us, though.
You've already had a lot of cat butt, so welcome to our house. Yeah,
That's what the internet is for, Jen.
it is. Good physical therapy. Yeah. So for those who are joining us, thank you. Yeah, Matt totally wiped out, and it was not fun. And it's like a 6-week recovery from his ankle.
Before I could put weight on it.
Yeah, and then lots of physical therapy.
2 months.
2 months.
Yay.
For a while, he couldn't get upstairs. If
Yep.
you were happy, he could scoot around.
We had piles of games on the dining room table, though.
It was for my OCD.
It wasn't good.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. But you had done quite a bit of solo gaming while you were
Down there?
down there.
Yeah, I did Rolling Realms solo. I did Thunderstone Quest. I did my own little solo mode. Basically, the solo mode is play the game as usual and don't die. And if you die, you lose. I was just trying to... Thunderstone Quest was always one of those games that you and I... The rulebook's not great. The rulebook's not great, everybody. And I still don't think you're sold on it.
I know, I like it.
Once you figure out what the heck you're supposed to be doing, it's great.
Yeah, so I posted yesterday about prehistories from 25th Century Games, chat if you're still watching over on Facebook, about good rule books versus bad rule books.
I've never had a bad rule book from 25th Century Games.
No, and I think in our house it's becoming harder and harder to somewhat tolerate bad rule books, just because we play so many games, and unfortunately for Matt, all of the learning of the games falls on him. And
The cat.
yes, the cat, of course, the cat. So it becomes harder for Matt to learn them and then teach them. We played one on Monday where the rule book was really bad.
Yes.
It was really, really
It's
bad.
notoriously bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention it, but it is a Kickstarter that was very long in the works and has a notoriously bad rule book. And I think the designers are working on a better one, so I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Because the game has a lot of potential.
But we had owned Thunderstone Quest, the new one, before Matt had done a blog post on it, and we sold it because we couldn't.
They can teach you how to cheat.
Thomas Grogan says cats can teach you how to cheat.
Absolutely.
They do. So it's where they nudgy off the table.
I didn't realize I was on that space. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. And then sold Thunderstone the first time through, and you played it. How did you play it again? You played it again?
A friend of mine at the store had it, and we played the official co-op version from AEG, and I didn't love the official co-op. I thought there was a lot going on that overcomplicated it. But then I went through the rulebook while we were doing the co-op and could see, oh, wow, this game is actually much different than when we tried to play it.
I don't think, yes. Daniel on Facebook says, I need to keep working on my solo campaign for Rolling Elms, but I really enjoy it so far. Yeah, we just filmed a review for it.
On hole number 7, attempt 1. So I've got a ways to go too. But I love it. I think it's actually one of their better Automas.
Yeah, you was on the Automa for Wingspan and had not loved it.
It was okay. Still had a lot of questions. Automa for Red Rising was really good. Automa for Libertalia was pretty good. I mean, I never thought I'd play Libertalia solo. But what else for Stonemeyer have we played? That's it, I think, for the Automa. Years ago, I played the Scythe one, and I can't even remember it.
So, yes, you did the Under the Falling Skies, or
Under Falling Skies I thought was great. And I played it while watching the X-Files, so even better.
Jeremiah Acevedo joined us on Facebook. I said this already, Jeremiah, and you missed it. It's Sunny Day Sardines launch day. We're really happy for you. Happy to see that you kind of got a glow up in terms of production and artwork from our buddy Chad over at 25th. Yeah, we're really happy for you, man. Because we know the story of you getting this game out there and your intent and purpose on it. So it's good to see good stuff happen to good people. So, yay! Did we have
I'm just checking. We have a watcher, but I'm not sure if they've commented anything.
So yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah, we had one lone person on YouTube. So Matt was doing some of that.
What else did I play solo? That was pretty much it.
No, you did a Hero
Quest solo,
and a Return to Dark Tower too.
If you didn't know, Hero Quest actually has a companion app now, and it's not bad. Not bad. Yes, it's still rolling dice, but I had a blast doing it. So, yeah.
Who cares? We always had this conversation in our house and especially lately we always have this conversation in our house.
There's been a lot of talk about the benefits of good and bad reviews. And really, if you play it and you like it, then you like it. You had fun.
Who cares? And who are we to say if it's good for you or not? I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter. Hello, Joe Don, who's joining us on YouTube. Hello, friend. Hopefully you're settling in quite nicely in the new place. So, if you're just joining us, we're kind of talking about what we've been up to, why our YouTube channel was a little on the quiet side recently. So yeah, I've been Nurse Jen, which is moderately amusing since, yes, I'm not great at being Nurse Jen, but I've done a good job, haven't I?
What else have you been playing? I'm kidding. You've been doing great.
I love you too.
You've been doing great.
So yes, a lot of my time lately has been spent mowing the lawn, which is all the time here in New England. My yard, we made the mistake of fertilizing it.
When we got the place, there was still a lot of brown grass spots and empty spots, so we fertilized it, and it's everywhere.
That was a mistake. I'm mowing the lawn so much, it's not even funny. And work, I have stuff not super lot of stuff going on at work, a couple projects. And yeah, we just hadn't been playing a lot of games. It kind of how it goes sometimes. Thomas on Facebook goes, in this heat.
Yes.
Yeah, this past weekend it was 95 in Connecticut, and if you're someone who lives where it's normally hot, you're used to it. But for us cold weather Yankees, that's a lot.
It was a bit.
We made the mistake of playing games out on the. I don't know that you can see it, but yeah, that's great. It was
played
fine.
Games on the porch, while we had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, pasty white lady over here just got scorched. We wanted to talk about two, I guess, things that we have been playing you might be interested in, which...
I'm gonna talk about a fourth, too.
Oh, a fourth one.
I'll save the fourth for the end.
Okay. This is really, like, live and uncut. We had no plan other than some people had been wondering where we had gone on YouTube, and what we had been talking about. Wow, cat again. Great. It's fine. It's fine.
So the first one's kind of like near and dear to your heart because it's someone from Connecticut who designed it, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, where are you going with that?
So I have not played the mobile app.
If you've played the mobile app, please comment. So this is from Connecticut native and more specifically Manchester, Connecticut native. And if you've, again, followed me for a long time, you know that's where I work. Sean Fletcher. So he is one of the senior game designers at the OP. And this is his new game. So really cool. You are playing either Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey, Gaston, Maleficent, Aladdin, Ariel, Dr. Facilier, Demona, and Sully, who I accidentally called Scully. We've
been watching a lot of X-Files. We've been watching a lot.
Oops, nerd card revoked. And you're kind of going along on the board and knocking each other out, gaining victory points. 4 chapters. I love that this is either 2 players or 4 players. What is going on over
We almost
there?
lost the cat.
Okay.
Almost
cat
fell
down.
over.
So we are halfway through our run of this, hoping to finish it up.
But once I think when you finish the 4 chapters, that'll be like the way to play. It's really just teaching you the basics as you go along.
Yeah. We just.
And then the expansion that's coming is Moana, Stitch, and Davy Jones. So there are plans to keep this going. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a game you could play with your kids, which is...
And it's Disney.
Great. And it's Disney. And it's got heroes and villains, which is nice.
The only obscure character I think that's in there is Demona.
I mean, we love that because...
Gargoyles.
And
Jonathan Frakes, animated as Jonathan Frakes. The
Always.
greatest villain name of all time, Xanatos.
What do I say every time it sounds like?
It sounds like some sort of like dental issue.
Like breath mints or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's cute. I think it's either out already or you can play it or you can do whatever you want. So we talk sometimes, you and I, about... Hello, Omar, joining us on YouTube. We're live, hey! Games that you may have had one opinion about, and then you can change your opinion. And it's fine to do this.
And that might come down to either just a confusing teach, which is what we're going to talk about with this one, or you as a gamer, because I talked about this in the blog post.
So heavy now.
I'll hold it up then. Or when you as a gamer are just not prepared for it. So back in the day, we did not like Star Trek Ascendancy. We hadn't played a lot of 4X games. We didn't know what was kind of happening. And then I played that again, and I was like, wow, this really is neat. The same thing happened with Spirit Island. I think it is a game we just weren't ready for at the time.
So we got taught it very late at night.
That's true.
And folks know that after, like, honestly, 7 o'clock, if you're teaching me a new game, it better be, like, pretty easy to learn.
Yeah. Thomas says 7 Wonders.
Yeah, Thomas says his game was 7 Wonders. Hello, Fisherfell folks.
Now, with 7 Wonders, did 7 Wonders Duel bring you back into it, or was there a second play 7 Wonders that brought you back in?
Omar on YouTube, because we're doing both at the same
yep.
time, says, yeah, for not ready. Yeah.
We were taught this very late at night the first time. This is not a game to teach very late at night.
Although I taught it, 9:30 on Friday night,
yep.
So hope you liked it. I don't know. it's okay to change your opinion on games.
Oh, just a second play with a better teacher.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes and this could be any game, just not Spirit Island. If maybe the person isn't confident in the teach or whatever.
Oh, don't want to get flagged.
No. Phone calls as well. What would you like to say about Spirit Island?
I think with Spirit Island, for me, it's the game that I think reduces the alpha the most out of all our co-ops. Wrapping your mind around your spirit alone takes so much to do that you can't focus on what you should be telling other people to do. So it really kind of eliminates the alpha in that way. Now, I know there's going to be people out there who say, I stole alpha during Spirit Island.
I mean, good for them. Good for you! So we've had a couple of comments on YouTube about Spirit Island. Oh, no, they go away.
They go away.
Why do they go away?
There you go.
Okay. Yep. Omar says, yeah, first time playing Spirit Island was 11:30 p.m.
Oh,
after
no.
full name. First time playing Spirit Island was 11:30 p.m. after full name. PAX Unplugged. Oh, I'm so sorry. PAX Unplugged. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. That's enough. Your brain and body. Sorry for you. That's enough. Your brain and body is tired. And our buddy Joe Don, fortunate I had been out a couple of years. I had a good friend of mine teach around 5 in the afternoon. Yeah, I don't know. We should all put like limits on when we learn things.
Because then I had to teach Arc Nova at 9:30 at night as well.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
And I made mistakes.
We did a great job, though.
I'm not giving you a high five for that.
No, you're leaving me hanging. Ugh.
I was not proud of my Arc Nova teach.
It was maybe painful. Carl, if you're out here, you can comment on the pain level you experienced, or Doug. So this is a game to me where, like, if you're doing colonization as a theme,
this is the way to do it.
This is the game to Exhibit A.
Spirit Island is probably the game that has tackled that subject the best for me.
Yeah, I agree. And they're not hiding the fact that the colonizers are all white. So, I mean, you can't hide from it. And I think this addresses this very difficult topic in an appropriate way and deals with it in a respectful way too. I'm really impressed. Hello, Jasmine. How's that house coming? I'm waiting to see your progress. Jasmine over on Facebook says, I hear you both. For games that I completely learned from scratch, as in read the rulebook myself, we need to play before 2 p.m. Oh, yeah. That's when the unlearning curse sets in. I'm going to call it that from now on.
This had a really good rulebook too, Spirit Island.
Yeah.
There was one confusing portion in the setup that I would make a very high recommendation for greater than games to do. It says when you flip a card, you're supposed to put an invader on a spot that has a town or city in that zone, in that terrain, or is adjacent to one that has that terrain. Now, at the setup, that's just all of that terrain. You can say that to me. Later on, that's different because you're eliminating cities and things like that, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure the internet will tell me how wrong I am. They love doing that. But overall, it's a really good rulebook. You can find answers quickly.
Yeah, because and again, talking about like making my librarian heart happy, there's an index.
Yes.
Which is, I love you for that. Chris, I love your little comment here about it being a
thinky
filler.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean a filler in terms of you losing a couple of rounds. Sure, yeah. Charterstone, Thomas says on Facebook about Charterstone. Yeah, we played Charterstone and did not love that game.
Oh, I min-maxed the crap out of that game.
Yeah. Yeah, so we Spirit Islanded, and we're moderately obsessed with it now, and went and purchased the things.
After the first time we played it, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and that's always a sign of a good game.
Origins, as in like the game Origins?
No. Are you going to Origins?
Oh, Origins. Oh no, Chris, I'm sorry. We have to. We should talk about that. You want to talk about that?
Talk about what?
Conventions.
I'm not going to any. I'm not sure if my leg can do it.
Yeah, especially right now, we're not sure that Matt can do conventions.
If you're just joining us, I had major ankle surgery, tendons, ligaments. I've got 2 giant screws in my leg now.
Yeah.
I get to go off at the airport now. Yay!
He's not going to, but it's creepy when your husband or whoever says to you, "I feel the screws in my leg." Thanks for sharing that.
Probably no conventions this year, as most of them will take place during the recovery.
Yeah, our normal would have been Gen Con, and we're not ready for a big mama like that. And PAX Unplugged, which just announced their dates. We were gunning for that, and the dates we think are going to line up when Matt has
on my other job.
His other job and a concert.
But we're not quite sure the other job is happening yet, so PAX might be a thing.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
What are you doing on that organ? Oh, Chris, that
I actually can't make it up to the pipe organ right now. Right, so where I work, the organ is on the 2nd level, so I'm on a piano downstairs, and I'll probably be on a piano through the summer. So
I mean, you could scoot your butt upstairs.
I have no idea too when the foot pedal I'll be able to even do pedal work on the organ, because it might be a bit much.
I don't know.
And that's it does suck, because I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty good at it.
He is. Yeah, for someone who legitimately needs both hands and both feet, it's not great.
I did say to somebody that you are going to hear a lot of music I would never play before, because it's just, I get to play a lot of Mozart and Beethoven and Schubert and stuff like that. Just they didn't write a lot of music for the organ. So they're hearing composers that Mozart wrote some, but overall, they're hearing a lot of composers they wouldn't usually hear.
I'm just trying to catch up on comments in both places. Yes. So conventions are a question mark. I did look at BGG Con, but I don't know.
We'll see.
Are we talking about
just the other games we play and things like that? Yeah.
Chris says on Facebook, maybe there are contraptions to help with the pedal for those who are not having the motor functions. Yeah, possibly. Could be. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
Very well could be.
We played Dice Realms.
Segway!
We played Dice Realms. I had the wonderful distinction and pleasure of separating the close to 700 dice faces that come in this box.
I will give you an award, I think.
I said I had the pleasure, which means I'm not looking for recognition.
Oh. Yeah, so this is Rio Grande's latest. It's a Tom Lehman or Lehman or...
Dice faces.
Clinky.
Dice faces.
But wait.
Dice faces. So yes, lots of dice faces.
That was a good sit down project for you though, wasn't it?
It was.
So this is a customizable dice game. If you have not played one of those before, you may have been familiar at least with Dice Forge, or our good friends,
Carl, Doug, and Larry
Porcupine folks, and
did Kapow, which is out of print right now because it's being taken over by Wise Wizard. So look for it when it comes out. If you haven't played Kapow, definitely do. It's a really neat combat dice building system.
Yeah.
The other one, Rattlebones.
Yeah,
Rattlebones is the other dice. So
Matt, Joe Don says you're a great husband. That's true, Joe Don. And then hello to Charity over on Facebook. I think I'll see you next Saturday, maybe, at Board Game Day. So yes, I think you somewhat psyched me out with the symbology, but it was not.
It's not too bad. It's definitely nowhere near like Roll or Race for the Galaxy level symbology. And it makes a decent amount of sense. We haven't played with everything yet. I would say we played with a decent amount of stuff. This is the next step from Dice Forge. Dice Forge, nice and easy to get into, but this is like next level. And this, I think, made us want to sell Dice Forge. Dice Forge is great, but this has more of a depth to it that I think we were looking for.
Yeah, years ago we played the heck out of Dice Forge, and it's in a pile over here
Yeah,
on
we have
our
a big pile of games to be sold.
We're always cycling through our collection too, especially, oh boy, here we go. For the local folks, our collection's fluid. Oh, cattail. There are things that have stayed in our collection probably as long as we've had it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm drooling over our board game library here, or the library's board game library. This is a charity over at Facebook. Speaking of the board game library at work, a couple weeks ago, I said to my boss, hey, it's the time of year when I say to you, hey, we got any money left in the budget that I can go buy new games? And my ploy is, I buy some themed games for summer reading. We're not doing one of the two options that everyone else is doing for summer reading. We're doing our own thing on building and construction. It's a thing. And he usually gives me like a couple $100 to go and buy games. But he goes, yeah, how about like $3,000 to go buy games?
You had fun.
I had fun. So if you're a local person who's watching, and by local I mean in Connecticut. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'll have to see.
We'll check that out.
We can access that later. But if you're a local person, you're going to be treated like kings and queens and everyone in between. There's so many new games coming. It's not even funny. It was very exciting. So I was doing some, not weeding, but putting some stuff for the basement collection today.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So you lucky people.
So I want to talk about two other games we've been playing recently, because there's a lot of controversy around some of them.
Okay.
The first is Return to Dark Tower.
Oh, okay.
And
here we go.
I a lot of people, when Return to Dark Tower landed and was heading to retailers, if you hadn't backed it and then you saw the price of it, people were like, I think we're going to start seeing others get priced out of the hobby. But you're getting first off, a decent piece of hardware in the box.
And software.
Because you're actually also paying for the development of the app. And it's a neat game.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about the game.
So we'll answer Jasmine over on Facebook her question before we move on. On average, how many games do you, I'm going to look at you, because you're the one who learns them, learn each week? Depends.
It depends on the releases, and it depends on what's at the FLGS. If it's ever a week of just pure expansions, that's great. It can be anywhere between 1 to 4, depending on what we are also getting in the mail.
Yeah, depends on review copies. But Chris comments over on Facebook, controversy on games in the community, never. I will say that there apparently is this person who is going around on all of the Return to Dark Tower reviews and playthroughs. He hasn't hit us yet. I'm waiting for it. And he's got this massive diatribe on the cost of the game and the fact that it's app driven. Again, I don't care, whatever. If people like things, let them like things.
My point is, let's say you saved up for months and you finally get to the counter and you're buying Return to Dark Tower. You've been waiting for this. You're proud that you were able to save all your money up, and you buy it, and you post online that you're playing it, and somebody comments, "Priced out of the hobby, thanks a lot." Well, what does that do for that poor person who spent all that time and energy raising the money for themselves so they could go get this game?
It's really none of anyone else's business what people are spending their hard-earned money on.
Anyway.
Yeah, I talk about this quite a bit in terms of library things, but again, we are in a luxury hobby. Luxury hobby. And Chris comments, "Oh, that guy, he hasn't even played the game from what he types in his post." Yeah, I mean, this guy's
Probably,
just
yeah.
spamming stuff. I mean, good for you. You have all this time. Good for you. Yeah, we're in a luxury hobby. Hey, and if you have a yeah, suck it up, Buttercup. I agree. And if you don't have access to those things, I mean, there's like a library where you could maybe go and play the game.
Do we have Dark Tower at the library?
I don't have it yet. I think I thought about it. Or FLGS's meetup groups. Like, there's options. I
mean, when it comes to a game, especially when it's a restoration game and it's a popular game that's finally been redone. If you don't have the means to play it and you're close to an FLGS, somebody there has it.
Probably.
Okay.
Jasmine comments, we're on Facebook. I wish people would mind their own business. Yeah, in the hobby, there's every price point from free games to super luxury. I hate to think what these kinds of people will say about the game we are designing as it'll be premium. She says the B word. Who cares?
But
who cares? It's like when we used to post pictures of our hauls from Gen Con, the comments, and even when people do this now, especially on Steph Hodge, if you're familiar with all the meeples of the rainbow, they comment on her hauls.
How much did all this cost?
Where are you gonna put all this? Who cares? Hey, it's not your money. It's not your house. You don't have to find spaces for these things.
I wanted to comment one time, your place. When's a good time?
Yeah, I'm packing them off to send to you. And what we used to say for Gen Con was like, that was our trip for the year. That was our trip for the year.
Come here.
We saved all year for it. We did tons and tons of research. And maybe all of them weren't winners. That was for us to find out. Is every single movie you go to a winner? Is every single brewery you go to a winner? Then shut up. Chris says over on Facebook there are ways to access games like showing them off for groups, envoys, FLGSs, and ways to get them working at cons. That is how I built my collection, working my tail off with each game. Yeah. I don't know what to say. So the other one has been somewhat controversial is Foundations of Rome.
Both the same controversy. You're pricing me out of the hobby. I will say it is completely sold out on Arcane Wonders site, so
good for them.
Yeah.
And good for Emerson too, who's the designer of it.
I lift it up, but I can't use the weight on my other leg.
Yeah, if you've met Emerson personally, he's like one of the nicest people in the hobby. Honestly, he just loves his hobby so much, and he's such a nice guy. And like for people to poop all over it, I mean, good for you. Do you feel better about yourself?
I think the reason that this one is receiving a bit more criticism too is it's a Dice Tower Essential, and it has such a high price point.
Again, I mean, there's luxury everything.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to come out with a more retail happy level where it's not so much the plastic pieces, but maybe just cardboard bits. But when you see that board done in Foundations of Rome, it's something else, you know? It's impressive.
It is. It is. I don't disagree with you.
And you swiped victory out from under me. Oh no, we shared victory after.
Chris says over on Facebook, Foundations of Rome, beautiful game, 100%. I wish I had a copy but couldn't afford it, and that's okay. I'm just glad this one is doing so well. Yeah, I mean, this is probably their highest point game in terms of pricing, and that's okay. I think Robert from Arcane, did he say they lost money? No, they didn't lose money, but they marketed to the FOMOs. Yeah, they don't necessarily have to cheapen it, but, you know, gamers grumble. Gamers are really great at grumbling.
And I actually don't mind if they found a way to make like a $60 version of it, where maybe not everything is deluxeified, but there's something that looks a little nicer, but you still are able to play the game. There could be a possibility. I'm not in the business, so I don't know. So I could be just talking, and everyone's like, "You have no idea how much it costs." You're right. I don't have any idea.
No,
I'm an organist.
Joe Don says over on YouTube, troublemakers, they're all troublemakers. I just want to spread joy and said that you all are great. Well, I mean, we know that.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
and then says Emerson is so humble. It's true. We had a chance to meet him, and he's a great guy.
He knows everyone in the industry too. I've never met the man. This was 2018.
When did you work for Plan B? It
When
was 2018.
when I worked for Plan B, and
right after Reef. It was Reef's year.
I'm signed up to teach Reef all weekend.
Also
and
a great game by Emerson.
I love Reef. And I'm in the room the night before learning, and I see him walk in, and I'm like, "It's Emerson Matsuushi." Like,
you did good. You were trying to play it cool.
Fangirl. And he comes over to me, and he's like, "Are you Jenn, the board game librarian?" I'm like, who are you to talk to me? But honestly, he's just, such a nice guy. Molds are a pain. I heard the cost for polyominoes for one indie pub. Yeah, games are expensive. Yeah. Games are expensive. Yeah. So what else do we have to say what else would we like to say? I guess.
About what?
Do you have any questions, comments? I guess we'll answer your questions as well, too. Joe Don says over on YouTube, Reef is very underrated. Yeah, it is. What I love about Reef, and I talk about this in terms of...
is that we have Aquaman sleeves on Reef.
Oh. It's colorblind friendly because all the shapes are different, and it's also language independent.
It seems to fly in and out of print, too.
I don't know what the status is. I know they redid the colors on it, I think, right? So while you're thinking of questions you'd like to ask, we'll show off Chompy Chompy.
We had fun with T-Rex versus Ellie Sattler this weekend. Well, I had fun.
I got sunburned instead, so, it's fine. I've been doing a lot of reading. I don't have any single one of the books that I've been reading here in front of me.
Been doing some painting.
Oh, Cody, I did see your... So, Cody Carlson, friend of the channel, says on...
No, I'm intrigued by Plains Indian Wars.
Yes, Cody and the Discriminating Gamer says, have you played Plains Indian Wars? No, but we saw you did a review.
I'm working on trying to learn U.S. Civil War, the most recent printing from GMT. Tell us which game is the one where you found the value to be lacking paid. Oh, what was the one?
Like where it was super deluxeified and the game itself was not that great. Yeah, while you're pondering that, Jasmine also says about Reef, the colorblind thing sealed the deals. We have a colorblind mate. Yeah, we game a lot with someone who's colorblind, so I'm always thinking about that. And then the library for me, that's kind of a selling point. Just because it's the general public and I don't know what folks. God, I can't even.
For me right now, it's only because I still have, every time I look at the rule book, I always forget what I'm doing, and that's Tsukuyumi. I have all the stuff for it over there, and I want to play it. When I played it with a friend, I had a really great time, but that rule book's a little unruly right now.
I don't know if Chris is talking about, oh yeah, look at that great sunburn. Ooh, la, la.
Cody, glad to hear U.S. Civil War is fun. It's huge map. It's just really intimidating. Any GMT game for me really is quite intimidating. Except the Commands and Colors ones.
Okay. And okay, let's talk price point and something that does not need to be as high as it should. I might get some angry faces on this. Ark Nova. It's great.
Why does it need to be $75?
It's not $75 worth of stuff. We're not the first ones to say this either, but I was reserving my judgment in terms of, like, I was like, oh, I mean, you do get
Versailles 1919 is on my list, yes.
Some cardboard cutouts. It's not $75 worth. We had this conversation on the way home on Friday night. I think about, remember the old Eggerspiel games when, like, Heaven and Ale came out and Great Western Trail, and they
They were all $70.
They were all $70.
They were all $70.
And you're going, why is this $70? It's not $70.
We opened Heaven and Ale and got it home, and I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah. Arc Nova is great. I wouldn't necessarily spend $75 on it, though.
It is. It's the hype. Chris
It's the hype. Chris over on Facebook says it's the hype. Yeah.
If we're gonna bring it back, we might as well. The shipping for Marvel. Oh my goodness.
Well, we haven't been on the Come On train in a very long time.
I just couldn't believe it when I saw people posting it.
Yeah, our friend Larry. What did Larry have to say?
Oh, what was the shipping? He even got the big Galactica, so it's like, is it $400 to ship?
I forgot. I don't know.
It was like that scene from Star Wars where Kenobi talks about the millions of voices screaming out in pain.
Gamers. My wallet. I'm not sure we have any comments on that other than
I was shocked to see it that high. Cattail.
It's great. Yes. Cody, if you're still watching, in terms of historical games that we have right now, a friend lent us Sakigahara. We still have to do the
Commands and Colors Napoleonics.
Yeah.
It's the only one I think we haven't played. We also haven't played Jacobites Rising yet. I did sticker that though.
Yes.
I think while watching Outlander.
And oh god, the one from last year, the Roman card game.
Oh, Time of Crisis.
Time of Crisis.
There's just something really odd about Time of Crisis that I can't figure out in the rule book, and it's a 2 out of 10, not 2 out of 9 complexity. I'm like, what am I missing? 800 for everything in 2 shipments. Oh boy, for Marvel Zombies.
Wow. Marvel Zombies. Whew. I mean, if you're talking about pricing people out of the hobby,
there it is.
But I mean, there's the Come On fan. You know what?
I do like Napoleonics is really great. I do like that one. I played with a friend at the store.
Yeah. Potion Explosions. Chris is commenting about Potion Explosion over on Facebook. We haven't played that in any while. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. But the new versions of Potion Explosion, I think, have the actual plastic.
I bought that separately as the 6-player expansion.
Okay. With the old
It's around.
I think the library actually has the old cardboard one too, and it's seen better days. I should maybe replace that. What else would you like us to talk about? We could talk all night, probably, although the cats are getting anxious. What have we been watching? So many things. X-Files. And Supernatural. We were maybe ready for that commitment to Supernatural. I don't know.
I've been painting. Here's my little Yoda. His lightsaber broke off. I gotta find it.
That was my fault.
Yeah. Oh, cat butt.
Now it's gonna.
Sorry, a little blurry, but I finally did get his eyes in the right spot. Come on, focus for me.
It's not gonna do it.
Oh, it's not gonna do it. I don't want to do it.
No, not.
Oh man.
What else have we been watching? Things.
Nightfall. Which wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. It's just not historically accurate.
Mark Hamill is
I love
amazing.
Mark Hamill
And I love it. We did watch the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan.
New one's up tonight, by the way.
New one's up tonight. Things.
I'm trying to think what else
Gargoyles.
I've been playing solo. Gargoyles. We've been watching Gargoyles because why not?
So in the pipeline is a board game breakfast for Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I have a review copy of Illiterate. I think I'm saying that correctly. Gap Closer Games new word theme library. The library themed game. I love the library theme, but folks are often surprised when I say I don't like word games. I'm a librarian, and I don't really love word games, but I'm always looking for a word game that's going to change my mind, so bring it. What else do we have?
Oh, one thing I think we really need to play that we haven't played yet. We got the little micro expansion for War of the Ring, Fate of Erebor, where you can basically finally do stuff with the dwarves up in Erebor. So.
Where?
Erebor.
Where?
Erebor.
Okay. So that's kind of what's going on, I guess. We'll maybe be more consistent on the YouTube channel. I don't know.
We'll see. It depends on
I don't
how
know.
I can get up here.
A reminder. This is a side hustle.
Side hustle.
Side hustle?
Side project.
Side project. It's a hustle. And we do not get paid for this side hustle. I do get review copies from publishers. I generally have to go and ask for them. But we make no money off of this. This YouTube channel is not profitable yet. So we do content when we do content. The social media stuff that I'm generally more consistent with. So yeah. So if you're disgruntled, if you're someone, well, if you're commenting on our videos and going, why are the rules wrong on this? You probably are not a subscriber, so we don't want you anyway. Yeah, we're not getting paid for this. We have no Patreon, no nothing. So what's my point in this? I don't know. What is my point, Matt?
I don't know.
Okay, great.
You started talking.
I talked a lot. So,
oh wait, we'll probably do another playthrough of Summoner Wars with the 2 new decks.
The Villainous seemed to go over fairly well.
Yep.
We
gotta
will
get back to that.
Eventually,
Jafar won. Jafar never wins.
Yes, we will eventually get back to Rate the Collection, the letter series, which apparently was somewhat beloved amongst our very small fan base on YouTube. I think we were on L. Which
we filmed L, and then something happened with the microphone, and the entire video was like the white noise machines out there, and we gotta do it again.
Sadness, yeah. Those also take a very long time for me to edit. So yes, that's why they are not here. I don't know. Well, there's maybe more mash bills coming up. We haven't gotten anything recently that's mash bill worthy.
I'm probably not going to do any more solo playthroughs of anything. Oh, yeah. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of all the people who just go on there and just love telling me I'm wrong, or they timestamp where I'm wrong, and it's just like I'm so happy you feel good about yourself doing that, so I quit. No more Lord of the Rings playthroughs, no more solo playthroughs. I'm just done. I'll still do the book reviews, but
Lord of the Rings didn't seem like people commented that much on it. It was some of the solo stuff. And again, as I said earlier in this video, I got tired of, and I don't give a rat's you know what about, if I've said in the description, send all rules corrections to blah blah blah, our email, instead of commenting, I'm just gonna delete your comment. I don't care. We're not the Dice Tower. We're not Shut Up and Sit Down. We're a mostly 2-person show over here, so I don't care. Maybe that was my point on my ramble.
I will do a solo playthrough of the game if you want me to. Like, if you're a company and you send me a game purely for the fact that you want me to do a solo, like with Roll Camera, they sent that to us so I could do a solo, and that's a fun game.
Yeah, Roll Camera's great.
So.
Yeah, or we're just gonna disable the comments because
I don't feel like dealing with it. Every morning there's new stuff, and it's just like I'm trying to heal over here. I don't need this.
Yeah, get life. Follow the instructions in email.
If you can't follow the instructions and email us, how am I supposed to trust you on your rules correction of me?
Stonewall is very weirdly looking at Disney Sorcerer Arena.
Hey.
Wow. Okay. He was whatevering. I think we're going to wind down. If you have any final comments or thoughts that you'd love to share with us, some people watched. Thank you. You're amazing. If you have any comments or thoughts you'd like to share with us, or what you've been playing, now is your opportunity to do so. Or a book you've read, or anything.
My reading's been a little slow after that last book I finished.
I've read a lot lately. I'm gonna have dead air.
Well, no, for those of you who don't know, I write fantasy, and I thought I would be more well-rounded if I read something out of each genre fiction, and I finally read a romance novel, and it's not for me.
I gotta give you a different romance novel to read, Matt.
If you say so.
Sure. I do say so. Maybe. All right.
All I'm going to say is the TV show is better. I read a romance novel, and I'm going to say the TV show is better, and you probably know what I'm talking about.
They're fluff. It's fine. Fluff is fine. Okay. Y'all are silent. I love from a librarian, and I do appreciate silence sometimes. So that's all we have to say. Great. We've done the things. As always, you could email me if you have questions, comments, concerns at theboardgamelibrarian@gmail.com. Or send me a message on Facebook. I do respond pretty quickly to those.
I don't respond at all, so don't tag me.
No. Yeah, and if you are not doing the things, you know what the things are: the liking, the commenting, the subscribing, the whatevering,
the dinging. Gotta turn the dinging on.
Great. We appreciate you that you are here watching with us and our.
Joe Don played Kill Dr. Lucky. I've never played Kill Dr. Lucky.
I have not either. Library ones. Okay, cool. We're gonna go. I'm gonna feed a cat who is now giving me
the look of death.
The death stare. Okay. All right. Thank you. Goodbye. We appreciate you.
We'll see you soon, everybody.
We'll see you soon. Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.